5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
All right, what up, people? What's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, Miles Cunningham. This is The Bad Boy Show. Miles, what's poppin'? What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Everything's good, man. Just chilling, man.
I feel you. So, guys, today we're going to be talking about how women use their looks to manipulate men. And you know, we got to talk about, like, this whole looks thing with women, because a lot of guys get it twisted. They start simping. You know, they don't understand that some of these chicks who you think look good don't really look good. You feel what I'm saying? And we're just going to, you know, get into all of that shit. You feel me? But before we get into that, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into some news. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Yeah. We're back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's been some stuff going on in the news, people.
Has there been?
Some crazy shit. Some crazy shit, man. So Azealia Banks, for those who don't know, this is a rapper slash singer, I guess, or whatever. Like she does some.
What? Yeah. What did she do? What's up?
No,
she's like a social media troll.
Nah, yeah,
when she's supposed to be doing music, she's always like dissing other like celebrities trying to get fucking recognition or something. Like
right,
I don't know what's wrong.
Right. Now the thing about Azealia Banks is Azealia Banks actually has skills. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
she do?
Yeah. Like if you listen to her music, she has like she reminds me of like the female version of Kid Cudi. You feel what I'm saying? Like she's on that like alternative, you know, rap slash pop slash, but the music's good. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's some shit that it sounds interesting. You feel me? Like she's actually talented. But
if you say so, my nigga.
Well, I like her because you know I like that emo shit. You feel me? So
right.
So, but I think she got skills. But the thing with her, is, you know, like you said, she be wilding out. So there's a story that was saying that Azealia Banks allegedly got choked out and called a nigger by Russell Crowe at Russell Crowe's party. Okay, so
that's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, the story is that RZA was supposed to be working with her on her new album and her new music. You feel me? So,
right.
You know, RZA's cool with Russell Crowe because, you know, they did that fucking, what's that movie?
Wait. I'm sorry. Russell Crowe, meaning the guy that starred in
Gladiator.
Are You Not Entertained?
Yeah, Gladiator. Yeah, that nigga, yeah.
So, for some reason, the whole time you were saying his name, I'm thinking Russell Brand, the British comedian nigga.
Right.
but it's Russell Crowe, the stocky dude.
Right.
Oh, so, you see, and let me tell you. Hold on, I don't really mean to stop the progress, but Russell Crowe is one of them niggas that be like he. Remember when Christian Bale flipped on the crew on the movie set?
Right.
Russell Crowe did that same shit. Russell Crowe don't play around, son.
It's true.
Russell Crowe is like he's on that Mel Gibson shit, like
right.
So a little stupid attention whore like Azealia Banks, if she popping off at the mouth in his party, yeah, I could see that going down because like niggas think that that Gladiator shit is just him acting. Right. Nah, that nigga goes off for real. He don't play games.
Yo, and it's crazy because what happened was niggas basically saying they were in the spot. And she was saying, oh, you guys are something like you guys are playing this boring white people music or something. And then she started like popping off talking about, oh, I should break this glass and cut all y'all or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So
what?
She's saying a whole bunch of crazy shit. And now
they're playing this boring white music. So you at a party. You was invited to a party by white people, and then you in the party telling them that they white music is boring. Yeah, you need to get choked out and called a nigga, especially you at my house and I'm a white person and I did I'm trying to be cool. Inviting your nigga bitch ass to my party and you want to yeah, that sounds just about right. Russell Crowe, in my book, you I'm not even gonna pull a race card or nothing. It's the right thing.
But now this is the thing though. In the story, they're saying that Russell Crowe actually didn't call her a nigga. You feel them? That's what they're saying.
And he probably didn't. Azealia Banks is one of them chicks who would say something like that just to like make the story go further.
Right, exactly. Because the thing was, what I think happened is that, since she's dealing with RZA, I think RZA's the one who invited her. You feel what I'm saying? Like how when you go to somebody party and then they you invite somebody else, you invite one of your peoples. You know what I'm saying? And then your people start doing some dumb shit. And then the person that invited you is like, yo, what's wrong with your peoples? You feel what I'm saying? So RZA's probably in the middle of this shit like, damn, like, why she got to start acting like that? Because, RZA's trying to get his Hollywood on. You feel what I'm saying? RZA's trying to become, like, I don't know, the next fucking Spike Lee, the next fucking, one of these, Tyler Perry type niggas that's doing big things in Hollywood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to be that type of dude. So, he's bringing Azealia Banks around and she's kind of like fucking up the network. You feel what I'm saying? So allegedly what I heard, because, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is that RZA's at this point saying he's not really trying to fuck with her right now. You understand? Because he's like, yo, this chick is wild. You understand? And then it seemed like she could be fucking up the money if she continues to do what the fuck she doing. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say, RZA, you need to stay away from that chick. Like, ASAP, like you know what I'm saying? Like you good without her. You know what I mean? Like don't do that shit.
Let me say something real quick because I keep having to remember that we're like, let me see, we're like one generation back, right?
Right.
So I just want to let the youngins know that there was a really iconic hip hop group called WuTang, and RZA was the guy that did all their music. Nowadays RZA is producing kung fu movies with dudes like Quentin Tarantino. So if you listen to a lot of the music on Kill Bill and a few other movies, RZA helped to do the music on those movies.
Right.
And you guys could go look up Kill Bill. You guys could go look up Quentin Tarantino and look up RZA. His name is spelled RZA. I just wanted to, because look, there's a lot of youngins out there. They might not know these names. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So look it up. But yeah, no, Azealia Banks, man, she's done that to a lot of people where they see how creative she is.
Right.
Because like you said, she got skills, and I've heard that from other people in the industry. You understand?
Right.
So people will fuck with her initially because she got skills, but then she'll do something like this, and then niggas will be like, nah, I can't really fuck with you because you're too volatile. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And just as a side note on some game shit, that's why you gotta really pick and choose the females that you let in your situation, because if you out there trying to politic and trying to make moves and trying to advance your game, just because a bitch got talent or she look good or some shit like that doesn't mean she's the one that you need to be letting in your circle.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you really gotta watch that.
Right. That's crazy, man. It's weird. Why does it seem like, the crazy motherfuckers are the ones that make really good music? Like, what is that? But Prince is like, I think one of the only ones that was like a cool motherfucker and knew how to make good music. Like, I think he's the only nigga alive that was alive or that, that existed, that was that talented and was still cool. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was doing to you know what I'm saying? Right. Because all these other motherfuckers is wild out here. You know what I mean? So it's like, god damn it. It's crazy. But anyway, in other news, there's a story. This shit is so stupid. This woman killed her son. I think he was 8 years old. After he caught her having sex with his grandfather. So what happened is that this woman's husband's dad, she was having sex with her husband's father. And then I guess the 8-year-old came in and caught her, and I don't know if she felt embarrassed. I don't know if she thought he was going to tell the husband or whatever, but she killed the nigga. She killed her 8-year-old boy. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yo, what state was this in?
Oh man, I forgot. I gotta look that shit up. But it was like, I don't think it was in any of these big cities or anything. Like they said the story was like she took him somewhere and strangled him or some shit like that. And I'm just like, wow, like what kind of crazy shit is that? Like, yo, like and this is the thing. What I don't understand. What was the point though? You understand? Like, what was really? I don't get it. Like, I really don't understand. And I think she's getting like 30 years in jail for for doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just exactly. I'm like, and then they were saying that the grandfather, they were. Go ahead. What you saying?
I gotta look it up, but it's probably one of them like redneck type of state. You know what I mean?
Right. Probably.
Well, yeah.
Probably because they were saying that the grandfather, he didn't know that happened. You feel me? And then when he found out, he was like how people thought that he had something to do with it. You feel what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I ain't got shit to do with that. Like, this woman's fucking crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so, and the thing is like, what, I don't understand. Like, was she embarrassed? Was she scared the kid was going to tell his dad and then the dad was going to divorce? Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what's that about. You feel what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, damn, like what type of crazy, what type of insane, like, that shit is sad though, man. Like, your mom killed you because you caught her fucking around with your grandpa. Like, what? Like, damn. Like, that shit is crazy. And then nigga was only like 8 years old. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but I'm saying though, that's that. After a female has sex, man, it's that's why you got to be careful in this game, because after a female has sex, if she feels a certain way, there's no telling what she'll do because of her ego or because of her shame or whatever the hell she's feeling. Mm-hmm. And women, they only deal with emotion. Mm-hmm. So imagine she probably one of them like bipolar type of people where she went from one extreme to the next, where it was like she felt super horny and nobody was around except for the granddad because he's retired and just sitting there. And he probably got his pack of Viagra sitting on the counter. Right. And she's like, hey, granddad, I'm really super horny right now. Why don't you pop one of them Viagra's and fuck the shit out of me? And granddad is like, hey, fuck it. Like, I haven't had pussy in about 20 years. So let me do that, right? But then that's her at super horny mode. That's her, and she's not really thinking straight because she's a woman, right? Right. Like she's just following her emotions. But then when she's done, when she got the nut and she's able to actually think about it again, now she's like super ashamed. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. and self-hating and self-deprecating, and it's like she feel like she would die if somebody found out what she did. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
She realized that her son found out what she did, so instead of her feeling like she would die, the next best thing is to feel like she would kill. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Right. And it's just a sad situation, but it's little shit like that. Why? I mean, of course, there's exceptions to everything, but it's shit like that why niggas say it's hard to really put the trust of leadership in females. You understand? Because when situations pop up and you only working with your emotions and you're making these important decisions based on emotion, there's no telling what a female would do, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That's real talk. That shit is real talk, because like, a lot of times like, chicks they get all excited, and then after the fact they want to talk about what they did, like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, but you already done did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me tell you, do you song that Jamie Foxx did called "Blame It on the Alcohol"?
Right, right.
That song was popular for like 3 summers in a fucking row, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
It was mostly popular with bitches. Why? Because when you have a song called "Blame It on the Alcohol," when a bitch does some dumb shit, she just blame it on the alcohol.
Right, exactly. They love having a scapegoat.
The last thing any regular female, like any, because you got, like I said, you got exceptions to everything, but the average basic bitch out there, she don't want to take responsibility for none of her decisions, my nigga.
Real talk. Real fucking talk. Yo, tell me why I came across that dude. What's the dude? Derek Jackson. You know the nigga that be simping when he be doing his videos or whatever. So this nigga made a video talking, basically saying some shit about like, you know, you men, you got to understand that you're out here messing up these women's lives, and you got them all hurt and broken, and you know you keep being a fuck boy, and this is why women are hurt, and this is why women can't trust men, because all you men are doing fucked up shit. And then so all the women, most of the women, I say 98% of the women in the comments was like, yeah, that's what it is. He understands these guys out here, blah blah blah. Right now, there was this one chick in the comment section who said, you know, I don't necessarily agree with this video because I feel like women need to take more responsibility for who they choose, because a lot of times you know that you're choosing the wrong guy, but you still go with him anyway because he has swag or this and this and that. And all the women jump down her throat. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, that's not, you see what I mean? Like, soon as somebody's saying take responsibility for your shit, you feel what I'm saying? It's a fucking like crazy epidemic now. Like, it's like, god damn, that shit is so real, man. I'm telling you. It's sad out here, man. It's fucking sad out here. I'm like, oh my god. But you know, that's what happens when you are dealing with women who are irrational and who are just, you know, they get used to that that victim mode. It's funny, women want to be equal to men, but they don't want to have that equal responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? Because you know, men, we're supposed to take responsibility for our actions. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But when it comes to women, it's like, oh no, don't look at us. It's your fault. It's your fault. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, that lady who killed her son, she probably was like, oh, well, it was the grandfather's fault for fucking me, and it was my son's fault for coming in on us. It's just why we're in this situation. You feel what I'm saying? That's the stupid shit. You feel me? So, oh man. Anyway.
I didn't do anything. He should have knocked before he came in.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, it's insane. Anyway, so in other news, I didn't even see this video, but I saw the video title, and I was like trying to watch the video while I was out, and my Wi-Fi was fucked up. But I was like, I got to talk about this. So supposedly there's some video, and this is the reason why I'm even talking about this is because it's so stupid that this is even an issue, right? So they're saying that there's a video. An old video of Donald Trump hiring a woman just because she's hot, right? Now, now the reason why I'm even bringing this up is I want to know why this is brought up. Do you understand? Why is this an issue? You feel what I'm saying? Because again, with this whole man thing, because forget we're talking about Donald Trump. Forget it's Donald Trump, because every time you talk about some shit, people, you know, they don't know how to look at the fucking issue. They're always looking at the person, and then they get confused about what the fuck the context, the content is. You understand? So we're talking about men being men and actually liking beautiful women and saying, look, if I have a company, right, and I have like a secretary or something, damn right I'm gonna be hiring somebody who's fucking hot. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
You goddamn right. Because that makes everything better for everybody. When I walk in the office, I want to see something that looks good. You understand? There's going to be men who don't want to come to work. That's going to give them hope. Like, you know, fuck, I don't feel like going to work, but that fucking secretary is hot. You feel what I'm saying? So
plus, you got clients walking in or business people you're going to make business deals with.
Right.
For them, it gives a different mood to the situation when you have attractive people working with you.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, I don't understand why, you know, that people are trying to make this into some sort of issue. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's,
right.
Oh my God, how could you just objectify? You have to get women on the credentials. You have to make sure they're good at the job. And no. Is she hot? You're hired. That's it. That's all I need. You gotta understand something.
Right.
You gotta understand.
If I need open heart surgery,
Right.
I don't give a fuck what the doctor look like. If they know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. But if I'm hiring a receptionist or a secretary,
Right.
you damn right she doesn't look good. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
But the thing I want to say is, anybody listening to this, I don't want you to think that we think that Donald Trump would make a good president, because it's obvious that he wouldn't. You understand?
Right.
So when we say these things, it's like you said at the beginning. This is only referring to the fact of a man being a man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Fuck the candidacy, because truthfully, Donald Trump ain't supposed to be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Americans, we should all be ashamed of ourselves for that shit even happening. You understand? So that's another conversation, but niggas is talking about a man's gonna be a man, and it's like everybody want to stop a man from being a man. Like, come on, that shit is bullshit.
Right. Pretty much. I'm just like, really, like, that whole, like, oh, he got her. Yeah, so what? He hired her because he's hot. She's hot. So what? That just you know what it is? It makes women who are not so hot, who went to school, who got all their education, they're upset at that shit. That's what they're upset. This is why, you hear a lot of those feminists get mad at shit, like they talk about dudes approaching women in the street and quote unquote street harassment and all this other bullshit. The only reason why they complain about that is A, they're not getting approached like they want to, or B, they're getting approached by, dudes that are like some dusty ass dudes. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no hot chick ever really complain about no niggas approaching them in the street. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
They love that shit. They fucking love it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, trust me, a chick who's hot, who's getting hired because she's hot, she doesn't give a fuck. She's not going to be like, you know what, I'm not going to accept this job, I'm not going to accept this money because you're only hiring me because I'm pretty. She don't give a fuck. She's glad she's getting hired. She's glad the rest of these chicks ain't as pretty as her, which is why she, you know what I'm saying, which is why they ain't getting hired. That's all it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they know what the fuck the deal is. So I'm like, come on. Trust me, a chick when she's cute, she understands what's going on. We're going to talk about that later in the show too. But anyway, before we go on a break, we're going to go and do a subscriber email real quick, okay? So this one says, hey, Mr. Locario, I haven't been able to game now for 3 months due to me working. It bugs me because I have been really eager to get back out there and game again. However, I will start gaming around the start of December because that's when I'm most free from now. Back at around the end of August when I was gaming, there was this really hot chick I approached and things went really well and we ended up exchanging contact details. Unfortunately, due to my work schedule, I haven't been able to reach out to the girl, but I'm looking to reach out to her when I start gaming from December. My worry is that she will have forgotten about me. Considering the fact that it's been over 4 months since we last spoke, and will she still be interested? She is a good-looking girl after all, so lots of dudes have probably approached her and maybe even hooked up. Should I still contact this girl after months of not hearing months of not us hearing from each other? If so, what should I be my first text message? Also, what do you think about day gaming in the winter time? I'm worried a lot of girls wouldn't be outdoors during the winter and would rather be indoors, so there wouldn't be an abundance of girls to game. Wanted to send a shout out to you, Mr. Locario, for the great game and advice. In the past has been really helpful. All right, so yeah, thanks for checking out the game and all of that good stuff. And make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com so you can step up your game even more. All right, but anyway, so This is funny. This is interesting. It's because he's basically saying that he hasn't been really out doing shit because he's been working and doing his thing, and he met some chick months ago, and now he's like, should I holler at her, and is it going to happen, and all this other stuff. First of all, before I even get into that part, I just got to say this: a lot of times when the reason why you guys have a hard time getting women is because you put women on a pedestal too much. Meaning, why are you even thinking about this girl from 4 months ago? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to look at women in abundance. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to look at it like, you know, if you have a jar of fucking pennies, do you understand what I'm saying? You have like 1,000 pennies in a jar. If one of them fucking falls out, it's like, are you going to really care? Is that going to ruin your situation? No, you're like, whatever. It's just, who the fuck cares? You understand? I got 1,000 of these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? You have to look at the game that way, because if you were, you wouldn't even be talking about this girl that you met 4 months ago and, you know, should you holler at her and what should I say and this and this and this and that. You feel what I'm saying? But in your situation, what you guys got to understand is when you first meet women, you have to hit them up as soon as possible. Okay? So you pretty much should get back to a chick within a day, within 24 hours. You understand what I'm saying? And try to set something up, set a date for a time for y'all to hook up, and do it fast. And the reason why I'm saying you got to do it fast is because when you meet women, right, there's this window of opportunity that opens up to where she has this, I would say, sort of like a fantasy about you. That's the best way I could put it. Meaning that all the hopes and dreams that she has about getting with a guy and a guy she likes happens at that moment when y'all meet, because she doesn't know anything about you. You understand what I'm saying? The longer you take to do something, the longer you take to like drag it along and talk to her on the phone and do all this other stuff and take a while to text her back and forth and all this other stuff, and then she's getting to know you more and more and more. The longer you take to do this, the more she knows about you. The more she knows about you, the less that fantasy or that image of that she had of you goes away. And then the less that, and when that goes away, the less that you're going to be able to hit it. You understand? You have to strike when the pussy is hot. Do you understand? So, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, when you first meet women and they're feeling you, right? They are ready now. This is why a lot of times you can actually meet a chick and smash that night a lot more times than you would think, because in that moment she's feeling you now. She's ready now. Do you understand? And so, like, if it doesn't happen that moment, this is why you have to call the next day, because it's still fresh. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
The longer you take, the less likely it's going to happen. Why? Because she's going to be meeting other dudes. You understand? Also, she's dealing with other dudes before she even met you. So when you met her, while you're talking to her, trust me, she has at least 3 or 4 guys in her ear already at this point. And then there's going to be another guy tomorrow, and then another guy tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that, fortunately for you, a lot of these dudes are probably going to be dudes she's not really feeling that much. Some of these guys aren't really going to know what to do. You understand? So you might stand out if you know what to do. And if you know what to do, you will be hitting her up the next day as soon as possible to make this happen, right? So now in your situation, where you're saying it's been already 4 months, I think it's going to be hard for that to even go down with this chick. Because first of all, I think if you hit her up, she's not going to remember who you are. You understand? And if she does remember, you're going to have to sort of explain where the hell y'all met, what y'all, you know, what happened. And that right there already is fucking up the situation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's way too much work to do to get it to that point. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, another thing that's going to probably mess it up is you got to understand something about women's egos, right? If you met a chick in August, right? And then you hit her up, you know, in December or whatever, and you say, hey, what's up? This is so-and-so. I met you back in August, and, you know, I had your number, and, you know, I was just seeing what's up. She's going to be thinking, okay, so we met in August, but why are you hitting me up now? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's going to look like you got her information and was like, you know what? She's alright. She ain't all that. I'll hit her up whenever the fuck I feel like. She's kind of whack. I'll hit her up maybe next year, maybe in December. I'll hit her up one day when I'm bored to fuck the shit out of her, and it'll be what it's gonna be. That's the type of vibe that she's going to assume you're having, calling her 4 months later. Do you feel what I'm saying? And so her ego won't even allow her to fuck with you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
She's gonna be like, what? Like, you expect me to just drop everything I'm doing for you, and you had my number for 4 months, you ain't even think to call me? Like, that's how she's going to look at it. Even if she don't like you, that's going to be her response. Because even if she don't like you, the fact that you bothered or had the audacity to call her, 4 months later, because remember, she's a queen and she's the best thing since sliced bread, and she's like the greatest thing on earth. So, that's in her mind. So so the thing is that you calling her or waiting 4 months, that's an insult to her ego. And that's going to kind of be like, it's not really going to be a good thing in for you. Like, she's just going to probably just automatically reject you because she sort of feels rejected. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. So that's the hard part, but it's not impossible for you to, make it happen with this chick. So I would just say, if you do want to call this chick back or text her or whatever to see what's popping, you just got to be like, listen, this is, hey, what's up? This is so-and-so. We met, in August. I was real busy doing this and that, but I would love to get a drink with you. Let me know when you're free, if you're available, whatever. You understand? And then see what the response is. Most likely she's not going to respond to you back. She's going to ignore it. Because of, like I was saying, the ego thing, if she responds to you back, she might be like, who is this? I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have to go through that whole thing. So, I would say you can holler at her, but I would just be more on some, like, just keep it moving with that chick. Now, what I noticed about your email, though, this is, I don't know if you saw this, Miles, but I noticed this while I'm reading this, is that he seems like the type of dude who will, like, his whole aura is about putting shit off. Because if you notice, he said, I got this girl's number and I'm waiting until this day to call her back. And then he says, I've been busy, so I'm going to wait all the way until December to start going out again. You feel what I'm saying? So it seemed like his whole vibe is like, he wants to do things, but he's putting shit off. And so the reason is, you got to say to yourself, why are you putting shit off? That's the real issue, I think, also. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, there's something about you where you're putting stuff off. Because you don't need to wait. Because this is the thing. This is the thing that most people do, and it gets me so sick. Men and women do this, where they sort of, like, if you really, 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 really want to do something, you'll find a way to do it. So basically what I mean is, if you actually wanted to go out there and holler at chicks, you'd find a way, because you're saying you're busy at work, but you don't necessarily need to specifically, in a lot of cases, take time out to holler at a girl. You can holler at women in the interim of what you're doing in your regular everyday life. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. So if you're at work, and let's say you at work and you're taking a break from that lunch break, and you go out to get some coffee, and you see a girl at the coffee shop, you could talk to her there. You can see a girl in the building that you're walking in, you're about to go in the elevator, you talk to a girl there. Like, there's so many different situations. You go to the gas station, you pump in your gas, you see another girl pumping in gas, she's hot, you go and talk to that chick. So you can talk to women wherever. They're all over the place. So the thing is, you don't have to wait for a specific time to start. You need to do it now, because I feel like you have this habit of, continuously putting shit off. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say, start the shit now. And I think the last thing he said in this question was, it's getting cold in the winter. So, how does he, like, holler at girls if they're not going to be outside? All you got to do is find spots that's going to be inside. A lot of times when the weather gets cold, a lot of these places start to fill up more, because, people don't want to be in the cold, but they still want to be out in certain situations. So there's certain find out certain bars, certain, events, certain clubs or whatever in your area or wherever that things are happening. And there's going to always be some chicks there, here and there, to holler at in those situations. You feel what I'm saying? But for him, I would just say, do the shit now. And for any other guy out there, stop hesitating to do shit. You understand? Because I think a lot of guys do that, where they're like, okay, I'm gonna do it at this point. I'm gonna wait till this, and just do the shit now. Do the shit now. Get it popping now. Do it. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to make that shit happen, man. Like,
let me say a couple of things to the dude.
Right.
So, number one, thanks for being a subscriber. That's all. That's awesome.
Right.
And, I'm glad he been using the game. He said the game has worked for him, in the past and things like that. But one thing I want to say about the dude is that he's approaching the game with a mind of scarcity.
Right.
And that in itself is not good. And then when I say that, what I mean is, you making it look like, or you have a mindset that there's just not enough time or not enough opportunity or not enough women out there for you to talk to.
Right, exactly.
Right? You can't approach a game like that, because for the fact that you worrying about some chick you spoke to 4 months ago,
That means you trying to like you're like a cheap guy. Like you're like a very frugal type of person. You know, like you're worried about every single, like you were saying, the jar of pennies and everything. You're worried about every single penny. Like, you don't need to worry about this girl. Send her one text and be like, yo, I was a guy. I think the best way for him to approach trying to get in contact with her is try to remember something that was actually specific or memorable about the time that they met, right?
Right.
And if you have nothing memorable, then hey, just try. Be like, yo, this is such and such. I hollered at you 4 months ago. Holler at me, or maybe you could do a Facebook thing so she could check out your Facebook page, or send her a picture or something. If you're really that serious. Right. You really shouldn't be, but if you're really that serious, send her a picture, be like, yo, this is me, blah, 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 I met you, blah, blah, blah. So she'll remember your face at least.
Right.
Because maybe if she think you're good looking, maybe she might holler back at you. But if it's been 4 months and she hasn't heard from you and all that, you probably don't remember how your face looked. You feel me? So with that part. But that's one thing with that is try to make almost every interaction kind of memorable. Like, be a memorable type of person. If you know your schedule is tight like that, and you're not going to be able to get back to these chicks. You feel me? Right. That's another thing. But most importantly, you cannot approach the game with a mind of scarcity. So have a mind of abundance. Just think to yourself that there are so many women out there for me. There's so many opportunities. You have to think that way because, like you said, there are times when you go out to lunch, there's women out there, you pump your gas, there's women out there, you go into the store, there's women out there. I was just in Walmart just now. And there was a couple of chicks that I could have hollered at if I wanted to, but that's just not where I'm at right now. But I'm just saying, like, they're all over the place. So you have to have a mind of abundance. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you have a mind of scarcity, then your life will be as such. But when you have a mind of abundance, all of a sudden you'll see all the opportunities right in front of you, and you'll be like, "Damn, it's mad bitches out here."
Right.
You understand? And all you really doing is going to pick up some fucking tomatoes at the store. Like, you understand? Because if you live in a city and you got to get on the train, you got to leave your house, you got to walk to the train station. You probably gonna see a couple chicks on your way to the train station. Then you're gonna get into the train while you're waiting for the train. There's probably going to be a couple of chicks on the platform.
Right.
Inside the train, there are more chicks in the platform. You get off the train, you walk from the train station to the store, there's chicks there. You get into the store, there's more chicks there.
Right.
You online waiting to pay for your fucking tomatoes, there are chicks there, homie. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you have a mind of scarcity, you don't even notice all those chicks that I just explained. Like, you don't notice all those opportunities. So you have to check, big part of this whole game thing is your mindset. Like, we say this on almost every episode. I mean, sometimes it's more prevalent and literal than other times. But if you check every episode of this show, it's really all about your mindset.
Right. Real
you see what I'm saying? So if you worried about some chick, one measly fucking chick that you hollered at 4 months ago, and probably if you saw her right now, today, she probably wouldn't even excite you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, send her one text real quick, but while you doing that, holla at other bros and check out online dating too, homie.
Right.
If you don't got time, swipe to the right while you taking a shit, or while you on a bus or whatever, my nigga. Like, do what you got to do, man. It's opportunities all over the place.
And we got the audio program, the easy way to date online for men, on the Bad Boy membership. So go to badboymembership.com so you can step up your online dating game. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, man. Real talk, man. Nah, it's you guys. It's the way that you're approaching this shit. You got to realize what's really going on, because a lot of this stuff, it's almost like a lot of times you guys will be falling behind because you're so focused on these other little things that don't really need to be focused on. You feel what I'm saying? You're focusing on that one chick. You feel what I'm saying? And you're focusing on the perfect time to start talking to women. And I'm like, yo, you're standing still. Ain't nothing going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you put all of this fucking energy into this one girl, and then when it don't work out, you're devastated. You're like, oh my God.
You know what it is too? Like, to piggyback off what you're saying, he's focusing on these chicks. It seems to me what he needs to focus on is himself.
Right, exactly.
Because the reason why I say that is because you seem to be suffering from a lack of time management. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And you also have a mentality of scarcity. Mm-hmm. So think about your time management. Try to develop a mindset of abundance, and then do things accordingly. So if you work often, try to look up a bar or a spot or a meetup that's not too far from your job.
Right.
So you could say, look, every Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna go to this spot right after work for a half hour and just chill over there, holler at bitches as many as I can, and then whatever and fit that into your schedule. You feel what I'm saying? Like you concentrate on yourself. Like you concentrating on these broads so much so that you concentrating on one chick that you hollered at 4 months ago.
Right.
Nah, homie. Exactly. Nah. You Nah, when you said 4 months, I don't know if anybody heard. I was laughing.
Right. It's like damn.
4 months ago, I was like, yeah, you wilding out. So.
Right. That's what I mean, man. It's crazy. But anyway, listen, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be talking about how women use their looks to manipulate men. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION Photo.com. PavionPhoto.com.
All right, people, we're back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. And we are talking about how women use their looks to manipulate men, right? Now,
lying ass bitches.
Now, the thing I want to say real quick is that, women using their looks to get what they want isn't, it's not, when you look at it objectively, it's not a bad thing. What you got to understand about this is that women are using what they have to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? So if a chick is actually good looking, like she's a really good looking chick, she's just gonna, and she knows that dudes is gonna buy her shit and pay for stuff and do all this other stuff. She's gonna do what she needs to do to, to get what the fuck the stuff she wants to get, right? Then you're gonna have women who, some women are not so good looking, but they know how to dress themselves up. They know how to, put on certain types of makeup and doing this and that. They know how to, if they got like a nice ass or nice titties, they know how to accentuate that, to make it look better than it is so that guys will be attracted to them and then they can get what they want through that, right? Now, the reason why men get manipulated or men, get played or men, just fall victim to women, basically going out there and getting guys to do shit for them and all the other stuff is because usually guys who don't really, or who have weak game, who aren't used to being around women or who aren't used to dealing with women, they get manipulated because they think that to get a woman or to have a woman, they think that her looks is like the ultimate shit. They think that, wow, like she's really hot. So they want to get with her because, basically just because she's hot, because they think she's good looking. You understand? And there's nothing wrong with, wanting to smash a chick because she's good looking or get with her because he's good looking. But what happens is that when a guy has, he doesn't have that much experience in the game, that's sort of like his dream. That's required of a woman for him. You feel what I'm saying? And so when a woman knows that she's dealing with a guy who's like that, you know, these guys that are probably simps, these guys who don't really have, experience in the game, then she's like, oh, I don't need to do anything else but be pretty. And he's going to shower me with gifts, attention. He's going to, call me all the time. He's going to do this and do that. And now I can get everything that I want out of this guy based off of the fact that he just thinks I'm cute. You feel what I'm saying? Versus a guy who's been around the block. He's, messed with, a lot of chicks here and there. He's been with chicks who are good looking. He's been with chicks who are not so good looking. He's been with chicks, who do this and do that. So he has a more well-rounded view of women. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then what happens is that when he gets around a really hot chick, she notices that she sort of can't use the same type of bullshit game on him that she can do the other guy. And the reason why is because the guy has a little bit more experience in the game. And he says to her, it doesn't even have to be in a verbal way or whatever, but the energy that he's bringing is like, okay, yeah, you're cute, but what else you got? Like, that's cool, but there's a whole bunch of other women who's cute. So what? You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's coming at it with that. You feel what I'm saying? And then so that woman, if she wants that guy, if she's dealing with that guy, trying to deal with him or trying to get something from him or trying to be with him or whatever it is, she's going to have to do something else more than just look. So that guy technically, can't be manipulated by that type of woman. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's important to understand that. And it was funny because I hit up Miles earlier today and I was like, what are we going to talk about for today's show, whatever. And he was basically saying this thing we were talking about. We talked about this like years ago and we was talking about what the 5-second rule. And, and we basically
explained trademark that shit, man, for real.
I know. Explain to them what the 5-second rule is, Miles, so they could get the deal.
All right, so the 5-second rule, okay. So basically, in all, because all I do is look at broads. Like, I'm a visual type of dude, right? And what I notice is that when you go out, like when you go out for a night on the town, to go like to the club or to a party or whatever, when you see a chick, like when you actually see a chick for the first time, what I realize is that it takes about 5 seconds for you to truly like have to get an honest analysis of how hot or how pretty this chick really is. You understand?
Right.
Because you got to understand what happens when you first see a chick. It's like there are certain things that you notice, but after you take a second 5 seconds to really look her over, that's when you realize, oh, right, okay, I see she's using makeup to hide this, she's using heels to hide that, she got a push-up bra to hide this, she wearing them tight-ass jeans or those yoga pants so she could hide that. I could tell by the way her ass jiggles that it's not really that solid. You like certain things. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it takes about 5 seconds for you to really realize if the chick is hot or not. Because when you just glance at a broad, it's like, damn, like
exactly.
She got a fat ass. She like this. She like that. Blah 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 blah. But when you do 5 seconds and you say, this bitch got about an inch thick of makeup on her face. Like she got fake eyelashes. She got fake nails. She got a big ass weave in her hair. Like, there's a lot of things that you start to realize. Okay, like she's really, really made up. So how hot is she really? You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's and you know what it reminds me, and this is why the 5-second rule is important. What it does is that it takes the magic away. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when it takes the magic away, what it does is that it brings everything down to a realistic level. So when you're dealing with a woman, you're not dealing with this mystical, magical being that you got to put on a pedestal and she's super awesome and you're just happy to be in her presence. No, you're just a chick like every other chick. You're just a human being like every other human being. So I'm not going to sweat
when you first glance at a chick with the push-up bra and the tight pants and the makeup, she looked like a unicorn, right?
Right.
But after 5 seconds, she looked like a damn horse like everybody else.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So it's like that magic is gone, that illusion is gone. It's like, when you see like the behind the scenes of a fucking like the VH1 Behind the Music or some fucking rock star or some shit, and you're like, damn, like this motherfucker was going through that, like this is really happening. Like you start to see the reality, the glitz and glamour don't look so glitz and glamory. You feel what I'm saying? So then you see the real part about it. So what happens is that when you understand the 5-second rule, what you start to do is train your mind to be able to see women how they really are and not how they're trying to present themselves to you. You understand? So that you can adjust your game in that situation. Because just like when you see women who are like we was talking about earlier, online dating, a lot of guys get fooled online because they don't know the signs or to see what the fuck is going on when they see pictures of these girls, because these women are very masterful at manipulating the pictures to make themselves look way better than they are, or you understand what I'm saying? So you see a chick and online, she's looking a certain way, and you're like, damn, like, she got a fat ass, or the titties is popping, or this and this and that, and she looks this way and that way. And the thing is, she's taking a picture at a certain angle. You understand? She's wearing a certain type of pants. She's putting on a certain type of high heels to make her butt and everything look a certain way. So once you understand how to, properly assess how a woman looks, then you'll start to see, to a certain extent, how she actually really looks. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You're like, okay, I can tell that, like she looks good here, but I'm looking at 4 or 5 of her pictures on her Tinder profile. But, this last one is showing me, okay, I see that she was, she got a little cottage cheese right there. You understand what I'm saying? Or something. You feel what I mean? So the thing is that when you get skilled at actually looking at how women look, and view how they actually are, then what happens is that you take yourself out of that realm of being sort of like gassed up and mystified by what's going on. You understand? You're not surprised by the magic trick anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You're not that gullible dude like, oh my God, wow, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, I never seen a woman so high. No, you start to see, well, she got them fake eyelashes. She got the makeup on. Okay, how does she look without the makeup on? Oh, she got that pusher bra on. Okay, all right, I see that. She got the tight jeans, but I see that this. You see all these things. You feel what I'm saying? Now, there are women out there who are genuinely, good looking. You understand what I'm saying? Like they just look good. Twisted. You know what I'm saying?
It's a couple of unicorns out there.
Right. They look good, but what you got to understand is also, and this is what we were saying earlier, is that you're going to get manipulated by that if that is your only criteria. Like a lot of times when guys talk about a dime or a 10, the mistake men do when they talk about who's a 10 is that they're basing the rating just on looks. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so what a real 10 is, right? Is you can have a woman who, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, let's just talk about the physical beauty. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, you got a girl who's a 7, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, physically she's a 7, right? But the chick is cooperative. The chick brings shit to the table. She knows how to cook. You understand? She's a cool person, right? That quote unquote 7 has bumped herself up to a 10. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Or at least a 9.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you got a chick who's physically a 10, right? But she ain't about shit. You feel what I'm saying? She don't bring nothing to the table. She got an attitude, all this other shit. You understand? That's not really a 10 because she has nothing but the surface. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, she looks good, but what happens is that when you actually get into a real life situation with her, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That experience that you're trying to have or that experience that you want is going to be tainted because she doesn't have, other shit going for her, or she's a pain in the ass. Like, and I've personally been in situations like this where I remember I was dating this chick and she was basically like a 10. I'd say she's a goddamn 11 physically. You feel what I'm saying? And, we dated for, probably like a couple months or whatever, but I was stressed the fuck out because she was so goddamn annoying. There was drama. It was just like all this other bullshit. And I was just like, God, like, but it was like she was so hot. So it was kind of like I was going back and forth between not wanting to fuck with her, but then wanting to fuck with her. You feel what I'm saying? But it was right. You know what I mean? But it was like, I was just like stressed. And then I had to call it a day because I was like, okay, you cute, but you just fucking ridiculous. Now, if you find a chick who's cute like that and she is, and she's cooperative and all this other stuff, I would say if you found a chick like that, nigga, you need to marry that chick. I'm sorry. You need to. If you find a chick who is physically a 10 and then personality-wise and everything else, she is on point, nigga, you need to marry her tonight, okay? Tonight.
Right. Propose to that bitch right now.
Exactly. Because that's the real unicorn. Like, they don't. There's probably like 5 or
right,
more.
Right, that's the real unicorn. Hell, fucking yeah. Right. That's the real unicorn.
This like that's an endangered species. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Like if you find that, nigga, because usually this is the funny part about life. It's all about balance. You ever notice when you see a chick with fat ass, she ain't got no titties, and when a chick that got titties ain't got no ass? Like,
right.
What is that about? You feel what I'm saying?
It's about balance, just like you said.
Right. You see a really bad chick, physically she's hot, but then she's a bitch. Then you find a chick, she's alright looking, but she's really nice. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo. So it's like, damn. So if you find a chick who's bad as fuck and her personality is on point and she's cooperative, you found a fucking unicorn. If you find a chick who got titties and ass, you know, it's just like, that shit is hot. There's not a lot of them around like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, that shit is crazy, man. It's like, oh, man. Because I always be finding that where I see a chick, she be having a fat ass, she ain't got no titties, and then you find a chick with titties, ain't got no ass. It's like, God damn it. It's like, why, God, why? Why would you do this to us? What did we ever do to you? Jesus Christ, man. I'm like, oh. But at the end of the day, though, to wrap all this up, man, when it comes to looks, man, you're going to get manipulated. You're going to get drawn in. You're going to be on some sim shit if you don't understand, women and how they use their looks to get you to try to do shit for them. And also, when you run into women this is how you can tell when a chick has sort of used her looks or who's been spoiled by other dudes, is that when she gets in contact with you or you approach her, she's going to expect you to treat her like all these other guys. You understand? All these other guys buying her gifts and all this other dumb shit and simping and, paying for everything and yada, yada, yada and all this other stuff. Right. So if you run into a chick who's bad and she's on that shit, that's because that's what she's been used to. You feel what I'm saying? That's because she's been able to use her looks to get that. You understand? But the thing is, a lot of times women who are like that, the fact that you're not going to do that in a lot of cases, it's a different thing for her. So some girls will be, attracted to that aspect of you because you're coming at it different. You're basically saying to her, fuck your looks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's all you're saying to her. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's just
I already gave you the 5 seconds and you just a regular bitch. So
right, exactly.
I'm gonna holler at you just like you just a regular broad. Like, exactly. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Exactly.
Regular shit. You know what I'm saying?
So that's
a lot of niggas, they see a chick that they look like that's supposed to be super pretty or quote unquote out of their league, and they go up to them on some, I don't need to bother you, but I saw you over here and I just wanted to come introduce myself. Right. And but if I'm bothering you, it's okay. I'll just walk away now because you're so pretty. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, no, like, what's going on? What brought you here tonight? Word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Regular shit.
Just be regular. Right.
Hey, this is some really advanced game, but it's some simple shit.
Right.
You know that movie called Top 5?
Right.
If you want to just start a regular conversation with a broad, just go up to her and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? What's your name? Boom. So, right. Sarah, I want to know who's in your top 5, dead or alive, as far as, hip-hop and shit.
Right.
Like, I mean, if you fuck with hip-hop or whatever you fuck with, like, you fuck with rock or whatever, but something universal, and it does a lot. It does a lot because I did this shit the other day. I was in Walmart too. I went up to this girl and she was sexy. Like she was wearing one of them $10 or $5 dresses.
Right.
But son, the body was ridiculous. Like she had one of them bodies. Like she looked like she was like, you know, in her mid, like late 20s.
Right.
Like just about to hit 30. You know when some women is like that, like their body is like, okay, there's that young body, but then there's like that 30-year-old body that is just hitting the wall, but it's still like sexy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she looked. So I went up to her and I was like, "Yo, what's good? What's your name?" She said, "Jessica." I said, "My name Miles, whatever." So tell me something. Who are your top 5 rappers? She's like, top five rappers. I was like, "Yeah, you listen to hip hop, don't you?" She's like, "Yeah, I listen to hip hop." And she was like, okay, top 5. Then she said Jeezy, Young Thug, and some other dumb niggas that I don't even fucking know. And I was like, I said, hold on. I said, how old are you? She was like, I'm 22. Oh. And I was like, oh. I said, well, you know what? Your rappers are kind of young. I don't know if I can really message you. You have a good night. And I shook her hand, and I just walked away like, and it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's simple shit, but you understand a lot about a person. You understand where it's like, because I already knew where her mind was at. She was on that young shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Because, and on the flip side, she could have been that young, but she could have said some shit like, well, you know, I like niggas like Young Thug and this and that, but my top 5 is like Jay-Z, Nas, DMX. Now, that's a young girl who knows like really good hip hop. You understand?
Right.
And a girl like that, that's the kind of girl that is a little bit different. You might want to be like, yo, at that point you'd be like, listen, let me get your number because I think we should meet up and have drinks later this week or something.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Simple shit.
And that's evaluating her too.
Talking about our top 5 rappers. You feel me?
Right.
Simple shit.
And that's evaluating her too, because you're seeing, like you said, you can see a lot about the type of chick you're dealing with. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
because the thing is, you could still deal with that chick, but then you got to understand, dealing with her, you're gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of young shit and that type of vibe. You feel what I'm saying? So it depends on if you feel like doing that. And then if it's like you said, if you like, okay, well, she's on some other shit. Cool, that's the vibe that I'm feeling that I really want to fuck with a chick on. You feel what I'm saying? And like you said, you just going up and having a regular fucking conversation. You feel what I mean? It's just like,
exactly.
It's some regular shit. So that's what you got to do, man. You guys got to understand that. And this is why, listen, you got to go to badboymembership.com right now. Yeah. Right now. After this show, go to Bad Boy Membership. Click the link below this video. Go to Bad Boy Membership and join the membership today. If you are not on the membership, you are missing the fuck out. Okay, I'm telling you.
Listen, that little tidbit I just gave you, that shit could work in so many situations. But there's so many things in the membership like that could like take your game to that like serious other level. Yo, y'all niggas just gotta go sign up, man. Seriously.
Pretty much. So anything else you want to say, Miles, before we get out of here?
Yo, nah, man, just sign up, man. Become members, man. Let's go into this new world order together as men. You feel
exactly, me? For real.
Because it ain't getting no better. Like
exactly. And on that note, people, make sure you click the link below to go to badboymembership.com. Also, go to undeniablegame.com. You can click the link below also to go there so you can get Undeniable Game 7 effective tips on how to really attract beautiful women. So you can download that today. And we are out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We're gone. Later.
Peace.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.